Before we start, I want to ask you one question. Do you remember all your passwords? The average person in the United States is reported to have over 150 online accounts. And even if you reuse some passwords, that's still a lot to remember. I'll admit, even I don't remember my passwords, but it's because I don't need to. This is where password managers come into play. And I'm shocked to see even the most tech literate people in my life not use them. So today we'll be looking at what password managers are and why you probably want to start using one. So the first reason for why you would probably want to use a password manager is general security. Password managers take the hassle of having to come up with a strong, unique, and safe password, which is crucial for keeping your data safe online. Instead of having to come up with random digits, a password manager just does it for you, and it automatically saves it too, making it also very convenient to use. I mean, the recent data breaches are so dangerous is because if you reuse a password with multiple sites, then if one of those sites get compromised, hackers can just try to use that data in another one. And if you use the same passwords, then both of your accounts are compromised. So it really is important having a unique password for every single login you have, which for most people would be kind of impossible unless you had somewhere to store them safely. And plus, I don't even think I could come up with hundreds of unique passwords by myself. This is especially important with the new government ID verification laws. So for example, the T app this year had a huge data breach with a lot of government IDs being exposed. So this is a real threat. And honestly, I'd advise you, if an app asks you for verification via an ID, I try to stay away from it, or at least try to use some kind of VPN with it. Also, using password managers allow you to use passkeys very conveniently. Instead of it being tied to your device, it's tied to your password manager, so you can really migrate it anywhere, which could technically make your account safer. Also, a kind of other accidental way it helps security is by avoiding phishing scams. Since password managers look at the URL of the website to automatically fill your login, if the URL doesn't match, then no login will show up. So that'll probably make you double check if that really is the website you're trying to go to. Reason number 2 is a straight up convenience. As I said, most password managers have autofill, which works wonders. Instead of having to retype your password over and over, you can just autofill it. And you don't have to remember anything. I don't remember almost any of my passwords because they're randomly generated strings, or I just use passkeys. And remember the stat. Over 150 online accounts for the average American. Instead of having to remember all of those passwords, or be like most people who use a variation of one specific password, you just have to memorize one strong master key, and then you can delegate everything to your password manager. Also, most password managers these days offer synchronization, so you really can carry your passwords with you at all times. And to enter a more morbid example, if anything were to happen to you, or if you were to wake up one morning and just completely forget everything.
Piper, do you remember?
And you made sure that you kept your master key in a safe physical location, or you just gave it to a trusted individual, then they could recover the account for you. And all your hundreds of accounts wouldn't be lost. So I touched this a little earlier on, but reason number 3 is password managers are now beyond just passwords. For instance, secure nodes allow you to put literally anything you can think of. Wi-Fi passwords, router numbers, app or bank pins, student IDs, and literally everything else. Some also have credit card infos that you can fill out or personal information, which makes out filling forms so much faster. And if you're stranded somewhere and you need your credit card information, you can just pull up your password manager and have it all right there. And I've already said it, passkeys are also extremely convenient, especially without being asked to prove who you are.
Girl, where you going?
Some also integrate with two-factor authentication apps, or they have a separate app by itself, and that just makes your account even more secure. I know a lot of them also do an account audit where they take a look at your passwords and recommend you to change weak ones, or also help you figure out where you reuse passwords, and then obviously advises you to change them. And many of these also scan for data breaches. So recently Discord had a whole data breach involving a third party. So it would be really nice to be notified as soon as that happens, instead of having to wait for Discord themselves to reach out to you. And if you already use the password manager and had completely different passwords, then you probably don't really have that much to worry about. Except if you gave a government ID, then. Some even have email aliases, like ProtonPass, which I find to be extremely helpful. And overall, password managers just tend to give you more peace of mind. But there's nothing like peace of mind than having a set of eyes guarding your data at all times. Thankfully, you can have that with the sponsor of today's video, Aura. Check out this 11-page report about personal information data brokers collect about you and sell. Scary, huh? Apps and services you use daily are probably harvesting your data. For example, I use YouTube every day, and Google is known for being one of the worst actors in the space.
You thought you ate that?
But thankfully with Aura, I can get privacy without having to give up the internet. Aura protects your privacy by identifying data brokers and automatically removing your data from those sites. Aura offers more features for the same price as other similar services. And with their US-based 24/7 support and alerting you if your personal info is found on the dark web, Aura gives you true peace of mind. You can try Aura for free for 14 days at aura.com/geodev, and in those 2 weeks, Aura will get to work by removing your personal information off of these data broker sites. Thank you, Aura, for supporting the channel. Now back to the video. And if you're not already convinced to use a password manager, the reason number 4 is that they're literally free. I mean, it literally costs nothing to go ahead and check one out. There are so many free and private options these days that offer a great service. Some great open source one are Bitwarden, the one I use, ProtonPass, KeePass. There's Sono? I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. If you want a self-hosted option, or also 1Password for a very polished experience. And definitely let me know if you guys want a video comparing all of these. There's no perfect password manager, and each of them has their ups and downs, but you can't go wrong with any of them. I really hope that this video got at least a few of you looking at some password managers. I just think that everyone deserves to be safe online. If you have any password manager recommendation that I didn't mention, or just want to share how they've helped you, definitely leave a comment down below. Help me beat the algorithm. But yeah, that's all for me today. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.